For many people, making a decision about what you want to do after school is difficult. While opportunity is bound in a global setting, the fact that the world is more online and generally accessible also means competition is greater. Imagining the skills required for jobs not yet created is not easy either. And that's where innovative thinking and understanding how your own passions can help. And it also helps to know someone in the know. Today we hear about the launch of a new international program aiming to combine the passions of young people with projects, careers, and ultimately a sustainable, suitable job. Dr. Ria Aerts is the Director of Youth Global Empowerment Program at Global Opportunities Commercialisation, or GOC, and she joins me this morning. Welcome, Ria.
Welcome, and thank you for having me, Paris.
So on the GOC website, there's a quote there that the philosophy behind the business is that human-to-human interaction is a catalyst for sustainable business in the 21st century. I thought it was quite powerful, especially in the age of COVID and also in a time when so many of our young people have had to experience homeschooling, which really took away that aspect. So it kind of brings me to the launch of your international program, Young Global Empowering Program. What's the thinking or the catalyst behind this program?
Well, maybe, Paris, I can start by explaining a little bit what is under this Youth Global Empowerment, in fact, because we have two programs under this. And the first one is called Young Dream Creators. So for us, it was important to bring something for young people between the age of 10 and 18 years old. Why did we do that? Well, we wanted to bring a personalized program. And you're right. Nowadays, we use a lot of the internet, but often it is not personalized anymore. It's not one-on-one. So we work there one-on-one, or sometimes it's two-on-one, depends on the young person, if he or she wants to work with a friend. And we help them to discover or rediscover what really their passion is, what their dreams are. And then we work one-on-one again with them to transfer this dream or this passion into a project. And that has often an international outcome. And so there we bring again, even we work online, still it is one person working with one child. And it's very personalized. And that helps a lot, these young children, because they get to experience now somebody who is really listening to them and who is guiding them and really working with them on a one-on-one basis. Now, our second program, that is called the Young Career Seekers. And we found that talking with these young graduates from university and even not university, that they were kind of scared because they feel that the world is becoming highly competitive and very much digitalized and very fast-paced and technology-driven. But they are often wondering, am I really equipped with the right tools to succeed? Now, if they go for a job interview, their competition is not in their own country anymore. It is in fact worldwide now. So it's become really, really scary. And often they also feel like, okay, I know my area that I've studied in, but it seems not to be enough. So knowledge is not just enough anymore. They need to have like the right life skills also. They need to be very confident. And so that's what we want to bring back in this program called Young Career Seekers. So we have built that also like a personalized program where we help these young graduates discover again their uniqueness. And by doing this, we build up their confidence through life-changing programs and based on real experiences. so that they go into the workforce in a way that is different than what they are used to now. Does that help a little bit?
I love the personalization approach that you're talking about, and also the fact that you're saying a young person's passion is the starting point for the program. I'm interested in how broad that is. When you're talking about a 10-year-old, their passion may be Lego or fishing or a sport. Is that enough of a spark that's relevant to this program, or is it really better designed for sort of older kids that have a real idea of what they want to do in the world?
Yes, well, for example, Paris, when we start, like you were giving the example of Lego, and just a week ago we spoke to a young kid. He's at the moment 12 years old, and he is really passionate about Minecraft. Now, his dad thinks it's not a good idea because it takes away from his studies at school, and he's not interested in school anymore. So we see it as an opportunity, because what do you do in Minecraft? You build all kinds of things. So we started to talk with this young person, and so we discovered that in fact his passion is not so much Minecraft. His passion is more creating things. And so now we are setting up a program where we are going to create something with him, and at the same way also connect him with other young people who are interested in also this way of creating with Minecraft, and that on an international basis. So, and by doing this, we also teach him about project management, in fact. So we will teach him how to go from an idea all the way to an international outcome. And in that way, he also will improve his academic skills and get more confidence also in school that he can do something. And he will learn. At the moment, he's very good at math, but he's not interested in the math they learn at school. So we will make sure by doing this project with him that he understands that he will need some of the math to be able to finalize his project and to be able to get to his outcome. So in that way, we also give him again an interest in the subjects that are being taught at school. And another, for example, another example that I have here is already one of our case projects that is done by a young lady. She started when she was 16 years old, this project with us. Name is Janina de Haarne, and so she is developing a biogas installation that is made of reused material. So her idea was that she wanted to reduce the waste in the world, and she is very passionate about it. So her goal with this installation is to reduce the waste, in fact, by reusing materials for building this biogas installation. And she wants to show this to other teenagers, how they also can build this gas installation. In fact, especially for poorer countries, she wants to bring that to these young people there, that they can use things they have in their environment and build something with it. And then they can use the compost that will be coming from this installation to generate also gas for the gas stoves or to convert it in electricity. So she wants to bring this not only to students here in Australia, but worldwide. So that's where we also helped her, in fact, with the design of the biogas installation. We brought in experts because often, well, not often, but sometimes we are not the expert in a certain area, and then we bring in experts that can help these young people realize their dreams. Maybe I can give you one other example.
Sure.
We have also a project with two young boys. They were 11 at the time we started the project. Now they are 12 years old. They simply wanted to have more friends worldwide. And they wanted to know what kind of problems these kids face in their country, their community, and their school. So we help them set up with interviews in countries all over the world. At the moment, they have interviewed over 30 kids so far from 4 continents. And in the end, their end goal is that they want to create a sort of United Nations by kids and for kids. And that has been a very exciting project. And Lars made recently a short video, and that has gotten already a lot of views on the YouTube channel. So these are a few examples that maybe help understand how we help these kids then from their passion to an outcome.
They're great examples, and I see in some of the literature about the program that it does promote multi-age connections and multicultural connections. So I assume from that you are trying perhaps to look overseas or globally with each project, not just in our own backyard.
Exactly, because you can learn so much from other places, meeting other people from other cultures. I was born in Belgium, so I'm originally from Europe, but I've lived in 7 countries, in almost all, and I've traveled to all continents except Antarctica. I haven't been there yet, maybe in the future. And so by living myself in other places, I realized how important it is to broaden your perspective. It also teaches you a lot more about yourself, because by learning what others do, what other ideas there are, what other lifestyles there are, you understand better your own situation as well. And that, in the end, can even help you with confidence building and even mental health issues, I think, because it gives you also more opportunities. And you start to realize, in fact, that we have it very good. It is amazing when you live in other countries how more some people have to struggle. But the funny thing is, often these people are happy as well. So you learn a lot about yourself as well. So I think that is a big benefit by being connected with people all over the world.
Absolutely. Perspective is a wonderful thing. The program obviously has a strong focus on stimulating entrepreneurship and innovation. And as you've mentioned, you've worked across the globe kind of in that capacity. How do you think young people are currently positioned or perhaps educated and supported to be innovative in their learning?
Well, yes, I really want to stimulate entrepreneurship and innovative thinking, especially in young people. Because in traditional education, often we don't have the time for that. And often when somebody comes up with, or a young person comes up with an idea, of course, the teachers, they are already so busy, they have to go through so much material that there is simply no time in the school schedule to really focus on what this individual person wants to do. And that's when I think this entrepreneurial spirit often is ignored then. So if we can overcome this and help them with a program where they can bring this entrepreneur spirit and this innovative thinking and being helped with and being guided with, I think that is a big benefit. Because it's amazing what young people see. Often as adults, we forget about certain things, or we don't see the possibilities anymore. But then when a young person comes up with an idea, you start to rethink your own thinking again. And that's one of our slogans is also try to make the impossible possible. And so it's also a way for us, in fact, to stimulate this entrepreneurial thinking ourselves as well. But helping young people in that area has been very rewarding. And I think over centuries, kids have always had a good imagination. And so if we can keep that imagination, stimulate that imagination and make it happen, that they can do something with this imagination, in the end, it will benefit us all and it will help the world as well.
Have you noticed differences between Australia and other parts of the world, kind of in that, I guess, the culture or the support for innovative thinking in young people?
I think it's more, I didn't notice it so much with children, but when you get older, I think then it comes in more. When I lived in the United States, for example, their entrepreneurship and starting your business is very much appreciated, very much encouraged as well. I see that a little less like in Australia and Europe. So there is a little bit more the difference. At the moment, I don't see it so much with the children yet. They're maybe a little bit like in the United States, there's a very much an importance in education also to bring forward your ideas. That is maybe a little bit less in Australia and Europe at the moment. But I see that it is also changing here. So it's going to more. We, as a culture, as a country, as a continent, we are coming up also more with that appreciation of people coming up with new ideas. Especially in Europe, still entrepreneurship, when you fail with a business, it's often seen as a disgrace. And that is not the case like in the United States. And that is important to take that away out of the society, I think, because entrepreneurship, starting a business often is risky. And it is not a good way to say then, okay, you tried something and now you need to be punished for this. No, it should be the opposite. When you tried something, you should be applauded. At least you tried something, right? And that is also a little bit a change maybe that would be useful to have, not only here, it's all over the world in the education system. We should not focus so much on the mistakes that are made and then see them as not good. Now, when you do a test and your test is not good, you often get a stamp, okay, you failed. But it should not be the case, because if you want to stimulate entrepreneurship already from a young age, you should say, okay, you made a mistake. In fact, that's great. So how can we make sure that we don't make that mistake anymore? And that way of thinking would improve also the innovative thinking and entrepreneurial thinking from young kids.
There's also, you mentioned earlier, the Young Career Seekers program that helps with job-ready skills and guaranteeing a job interview out of that. And you mentioned some of the barriers that young people are witnessing in starting their careers now. I'm interested in how you're finding the companies and employers being open to this idea and how on board they are in taking on some of these young career seekers.
Well, Paris, we have a very broad network all over the world, and we know often a lot of these people in these companies personally. So this already helps by they know what we do, they know what we stand for, they know how successful we can be, and so they are already confident that we bring somebody to them, that we have trained them in a way that they fit in their company culture, and that they fit into the role that that we know that candidate will be good at. So that is already a benefit. And also, when we talk to companies, they don't have to really pay for our service. So for them, it is a benefit when they see that we are 100% confident that this is a good candidate. Why not spend maybe an hour with this person and see if it is if this person really is a good candidate, and simply get to know them. So that is how often, like the CEOs of the companies we know, but also the ones that we recently got to know, is see that this program can really help them as well, because they get candidates that are really interested in the company, that are really interested in the type of jobs that they are offering, and that are also trained not only in a knowledge way, but also more and more in kind of life skills training, that they have built up their confidence, that they know what they're standing for, and that it also fits in their overall life plan, in fact. So, because with the candidates, what we do is first we set up like an interview style, almost a psychological session with them, because we want to make sure that when they get into a job, that it is a job that they want to fit into their life goals. So it's not only about getting this job, it is also about building a career. And so does this fit in your career plan? That is important when we offer something like a job interview to a young career seeker, because it needs to fit in their overall life goals and in their overall career plan. And so that is what also the companies know when we explain to them the program, that it goes further than only this one job. It could be that this is a candidate that they can keep for a long time in their company, because we can exactly explain where this person wants to go to. And that is also a huge benefit for these companies.
Yes, a win-win for both sides. I have to ask about how it's accessed. Is it something that only kids already in supported or privileged positions are able to take advantage of?
Yes, at the moment, of course, we need to charge for the program, but we are looking, and that are our future plans. We are looking in maybe work together with philanthropists or with companies who also would like to sponsor a young person who isn't so fortunate and doesn't have the financial means to get into this program. So this is one of our future goals with this program, to try to help not only the people who have the financial means, but also people who don't.
Sounds a wonderful plan. Thank you so much, Ria, for your time this morning. I really wish you all the best with it. The more assistance we can provide young people to navigate the career path ahead of them, obviously the better. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Paris, and I hope we can help a lot more young people succeed.